on a journey through deep space, trapped in a war. Two pirates fight the good fight, armed with only 6 strings and some pretty bitchin' beards. It's time for your weekly dose of pirate madness. You're now listening to the Guitar Pirates Podcast.
What's up, everyone? And welcome to episode 64 of your weekly music news, guitar gear, and facial hair support club show. I'm your host, Josh Jones.
I'm your co-host, Jim Steger. Happy Father's Day, bro.
Dude, happy Father's Day to you. I know you're a dog dad, and that counts
dad.
too.
I'll take it.
You're a dog dad. Happy Father's Day. And if you're a father, happy Father's Day. Got a hell of a show for you. As always, every week here on the Guitar Pirates Podcast, please like and subscribe wherever you get your podcast. If you're listening to it on the podcast or you're watching it on the YouTube show, thank you. Yes, we are on the YouTube now. Every week we're going to drop our show on Fridays. If you guys want us to drop it a little earlier, we will. Just let us know what's best for everybody that's out there listening.
And if you're listening only, you can't see us Vanna White today. we finally get to Vanna White.
Yes. We have implemented the screen of doom, I guess if you want to call it that. So follow along. Feel free to follow along. We'll do our best to kind of zoom in and zoom out. Kind of what's on my iPad anyway.
We'll try to roll a bouncing ball somewhere. We'll get it rolling.
But hey, dirty laundry this week. Last week we found out about Jimmy Page and Brian May. Queen's OBE and CBE. OBE, Officer of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire. CBE, Commander of the Order of the British Empire. Holy crap.
Right.
Officers and Commanders of the British Empire, Brian May and Jimmy Page. Other than that, not much dirty laundry from last week.
Is that below us, sir?
I don't know. Yeah, because I would think so, because the sir's like a knighted kind of thing, right?
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, because
I'll have to do more about that one. But
you got Sir Paul McCartney, Sir Elton John.
Yeah. It's not Sir Jimmy Page.
No, it's not.
I think it would be below that.
So they got the fuzzy hats.
You guys, welcome to the show, episode 64. We're in a hot beginning of the summer. It's Father's Day, y'all. June 19th. Hopefully all you dads out there are doing nothing and liking it. Other than that, take care of yourselves, y'all. It's the beginning of the week. Get your acetaminophen ready and get your ice out, because it's going to be a long one. It's a hot one.
Especially this week.
It is, yes. Through the Midwest. And it's like, they call it like a big heat dome. Good Lord.
Today was nice, though.
Yeah, today was nice. And it's just prepping us for it to get real bad for the next few days.
You know it's bad when 90's cool.
Yeah.
There was no humidity today, so it was so nice.
But you guys, that's dirty laundry. We all want to be officers of the British Empire, right? It sounds like some sort of Star Wars deal, like something bad's going down. But hey, this day in music, let's jump right in. June 19th, happy birthday Tommy DeVito. Happy birthday Al Wilson. Happy birthday Elaine McFarland. Happy birthday Robin Box and Peter Bardens. Nick Drake. Ann Wilson from Heart. Paula Abdul. Simon Wright. Brian Welch. That's Korn.
Head. For anybody doesn't know Brian Welch. to behead.
Guys, as always, on this day, and guys, I couldn't get that one up. On this day, we reserve the right to find a possible arrest or two on this day in.
Or yesterday
So we're
in, or tomorrow day in.
But with Saturdays, we've been having some luck because a lot of freaky stuff goes down on the weekends. So let's check it out here. 61, Pat Boone went number 1 in the U.S. singles charts with Moody River. 64, Martha and the Vandellas recorded one of Motown's signature songs, Dancing in the Street, written by Marvin Gaye, William Mickey Stevenson, and Ivy Jo Hunter.
Was that the read? I wonder if that's the one that Bowie and Jagger redid.
Yes, many artists have covered the song, including the Mamas, the Papas, David Bowie, and Mick Jagger.
There we
the
go.
Kinks, Grateful Dead, yeah. Marianne Faithfull, The Who, Solomon Burke, Zoot Mooney, Cliff Bennett, and the Rebel Rousers, John Mayall, Blues Breaker, Spencer Davis Group, Marianne Faithfull, Long John Baldry, The Byrds, featuring the Young Running Wood, Dave Whitting, and the Ray Martin Group all appeared at Uxbridge Blues Festival, England. Tickets cost from $7.6 to $10.6. I don't know what that is, but that sounds like some sort of British moniker.
That sounds like prices we wish we could see.
I bet it is.
That doesn't even, like we said it once, we'll say it again, that doesn't even cover the service fees, which there's no reason to have a service fee for a ticket, but whatever.
65, Four Tops went on the number 1 U.S. singles charts with I Can't Help Myself. Here we go. 67, Paul McCartney, having admitted to taking LSD 4 times during an interview with Life magazine. Beatle Paul McCartney told the Daily Mirror that he didn't regret that he'd spoken out and hoped that his fans would understand. 68, the Rolling Stones scored their 7th UK number 1 single. When Jumpin' Jack Flash hit the top of the charts, Keith Richards stated that Jagger wrote the lyrics while staying at Richards' country house, where they were awoken one morning by the sound of the gardener Jack Dyer walking past the window. When Jagger asked what the noise was, Richards responded, "Oh, that's Jack. That's Jumpin' Jack." Well, there you go.
Something as simple as that.
Here we go. 73, Edgar Winter's U.S. number 1 hit, Frankenstein, was awarded a gold record. Winter named the song because of how many cuts and patches were contained in the original studio tape. Steve Morrissey had a letter published in this week's Record Mirror and Disc asking the editor why the paper had not included any stories on the Sex Pistols. '87, Guns N' Roses made their UK live debut, sold out at the Marquee Club in London. Prince played the first 12 sold-out nights at Wembley Arena in London, England.
You know what's weird? Out of all the Guns N' Roses stuff, like Canada and United States of them leaving and not showing up, you don't ever hear anything about them overseas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've never heard of them. Maybe Axl Rose was submissive, or I don't know.
That's
Something
true.
else.
Here's one. I don't know, guys, if you'd count this as an arrest or not, but this is definitely a legal altercation. The former chief financial officer for Pearl Jam was charged with 33 counts of theft for allegedly stealing $380,000 from the Seattle band's management company. According to the King County Prosecuting Attorney's Office, Ricky Goodrich allegedly stole hundreds of thousands of dollars over the course of several years, spending the money on lavish family vacations, spa treatments, life insurance, and pricey California wines. Oof. '16 Digital Millennium Copyright Act. Taylor Swift, Maroon 5, Pearl Jam, U2, Sir Paul McCartney called for online copyright laws to be enforced, or be reformed. More than 180 artists signed an open letter criticizing the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. They claim that law benefits companies exploit music for their financial enrichment, but not artists. I think I remember something about that.
Yeah.
Not much on the arrest. Do we go backwards and check anything out, or do we go forwards?
What did we went forwards last? Let's go backwards this week? It seems like every time we've gone backwards, we've hit gold.
June 18th. We're going to just take a quick browse through June 18th and try to find an arrest. Nothing crazy.
We're always looking for a Beatle, a Mick Jagger. Pretty much anybody from a Rolling Stones happens. You know what I haven't found in a long time, though? Poor Geezer.
Poor Geezer. Yeah, we haven't had a poor Geezer in a minute.
I got to get back into that. One hasn't popped up yet.
Nothing. Basically, a Los Angeles hotel filed lawsuit against Phil Spector for failing to pay more than $100,000 in outstanding bills. That's all we got. It was a quiet weekend.
Yeah. Well, the Phil Spector thing, he was probably already convicted of murder anyway.
There's no telling. That's this day in music, guys. As always, we run down whatever day this may be, run it down in whatever happened on this day in music, and we try to find an arrest to make it fun for everybody. So excuse the silence, but we're moving on. The most wonderful segment, the most metal segment we got.
Jim's Metal Minute!
And welcome to Jim's Metal Minute. This week, we already had a pre-consultation on this, but I thought, what company is producing the most metal guitars? And we had I especially I wanted his outside looking in perspective, and he said exactly what I wanted to hear. And what was that? What?
It's Charvel, right?
You went with Charvel?
Yeah. Charvel and ESP.
Well, there's the other one you said.
That was the two I thought that
Jackson.
were. Yeah, well, Charvel and Jackson, they're kind of...
Ish.
They're under the same umbrella.
Like I told him, is there a guitar that Jackson makes that is not for metal? I look at a lot of them, just like ESP. ESP, like... Because I know that was one of your complaints is...
It wasn't a complaint.
No, but you know what I mean? It's like if ESP...
I would look more their way if they'd try, and they have.
And then the Phoenix...
Yeah,
out of the depths.
Like, well,
okay. But it's like, what do you... We know in the 80s we had the BC Riches, but BC Rich kind of like... After Kerry King left and Mick Thompson left, I mean... Ola left. Ola's got Solar now. It's like, what's BC Rich doing right now?
Yeah.
I don't know anybody anymore that is...
Who wants to play one of those?
I mean, I still like the New Jersey Beast. It's a badass guitar, but it's like everything you got to find is early 2000.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to search.
And it's like, you got pretty much, with Washburn, it's like, they still make awesome stuff, but it's like...
I think for the most part it's just ESP and, Jackson, everything they do is metal.
Schecter was, but they've kind of interjected.
They've been doing different things now. And
it's like you could have said Dean, which Dean is 95% metal, but then they have the Palomino, they have a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, they do. They have some brand, the Colt.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Who is the undisputed metal champ of guitar right now? And I think we're going to go ESP.
I think it's probably ESP right now.
We're going to go ESP right now.
And a lot of that from me is just because of what you hear about from artists.
Oh, yeah.
And how ESP is taking care of them, and whatever they need, and just not leaving them high and dry.
Go look through their guitars. It is metal. Multi-scale, 8 strings, 7 strings, metal. It's like Ibanez is like 50-50.
Now, yeah, for sure.
I mean, you could still play metal on a lot of their stuff, but it's like they try to... I mean, somebody once told me PRS, and I kind of scoffed. It's like maybe 1 or 2.
There's a couple of them they have, yeah.
Yeah.
They have Mark Holcomb in there.
But it's like...
I mean...
And then you got Tremonti, which I don't.
Yeah.
I guess you could say metal-ish.
They made like a 4-string baritone thing for West Borland.
That's true. Yeah.
So
I don't
they
know.
can.
They
But
can.
they're not like ESP.
Yeah, I think ESP is the undisputed heavy metal guitar champion at this moment. And Schecter, I would put at number 2, tied with Jackson. And then,
Yeah,
of course, Charvel.
Yeah, the Charvel Jackson. I kind of lump them together.
Yeah. Which,
Just weird, but when they run that same Fender headstock on both guitars,
yeah.
I'm lumping them together.
But it's crazy that Fender does own Jackson, but Fender won't do. They have some metal stuff, but come on, like, I want Fender to reissue their Flying V.
Yeah, figure out what they're doing, like either make a metal division of Fender or do Fender stuff that's metal in the Jackson line.
Right? Because it's like Jim Root is Fender's metal. He is their entire metal line.
Yeah.
But it's like they need to take what Jim Root and not do like all his specs, but kind of use his flavor and kind of sprinkle it.
They need a few more guys that are willing to play their stuff.
That's true.
You know,
Which I think
to
that's
help
why people will
with
jump
their
over to Jackson.
R&D, yes, which would make sense.
Oh, of course. But who do you think is undisputed king of metal guitar as we sit? Not 80s, 90s, early 2000s, because 80s it was probably Kramer or probably Charvel. Or actually, how many people played those Mockingbirds back in the day? Jeez, those BC Riches were everywhere. But who do you think is undisputed metal guitar company right now?
Hit us up in the comments. We're going with ESP.
ESP, 100%. Go look. If you don't think so, go look at their guitar line and tell us different.
Well, there's some others, that out there that people could say, point this, that, and the other. But for the bulk, they're throwing some weight around.
If you go to American Music Supply or Z-Sound, it is all metal all the time. They have.
But hey, this isn't metal. Wonderful Jim's Metal Minute, as always. ESP. Definitely doing some things with those big releases earlier in the year. And following it up with some of these custom shop stuff. Their custom shop stuff is just nuts. But if you want some custom shop pedals at a reasonable price, head over to analogpedals.com. As always, this show is sponsored by Analog Pedals. The wonderful Jeff Bolin out of the wonderful Kentucky guitar maker for the Kentucky Guitar Superstars. A Boone Froggatt from Otis, Chris Robertson from Blackstone's Cherry, Greg Martin from the Kentucky Headhunters, Cedar Flat Lightning, Excess Drive, Boone's Mojo Box, Kentucky Hot Brown. Whatever you're into, he's got it for you. Analog Pedals, Mr. Jeff Bolin, we love you, buddy. Hope things are good. Hopefully you can get away with playing that Explorer at your AC/DC gigs.
And hopefully one day we get to see that bad boy.
I bet we will. I bet we could.
How many episodes we talk about that thing?
Yeah. We'll have to check that out. But guys, head over to Analog Pedals. Get the Greg Martin Cedar Flat Lightning t-shirt. You might be able to get some other things as well. Thing that might be in that he may or may not have. Who knows? If you want a custom order, hit him up and get your order started today. Analog Pedals, guys. Love Jeff. Analog Pedals is the man. Do tons of good stuff there. Can't wait till we can get a hold of some fuzzes. I know he said he's going to start building some soon. A little itchy.
Yes. We've been wanting that bad boy for a minute now.
Guys, we're going to jump in to some news. This is the big one. Motley Crue's Tommy Lee quits reunion tour mid-show due to broken ribs.
4 of them.
Yikes.
He made it through 3 or 5 songs.
I'm not exactly sure. 5 songs.
That was the Miami show, right?
I think so. I don't know how he broke him, though.
Yeah, I didn't see that either.
Tommy Kleftos pulling it out for him, so nothing wrong with that. He got a good drummer in there.
Did you listen to any of their live stuff?
No, I haven't.
I will have to say it was kind of like 50-50 in the message board. I think Vince did a really good job.
Well, I hope he's getting it back.
You could hear what he was saying.
Yeah.
But I did not hear Dr. Feelgood.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
that's... If
guys, have you guys heard those misheard lyric videos? Because if you have,
you know what's up. But,
poopy butt around the house.
When I get high, I almost peed. Trash-filled fruity gold tub of bee in my heart.
But man.
And I will have to say, for Mick Mars being stationary, he still kills that damn guitar.
Yeah.
Good grief,
yeah,
man.
the other only Fender metal guitar that's out there that Floyd Rose Fender that he's got is just...
Dude.
It's like Olympic white and just beat to shit. Beautiful guitar.
And he's beat to shit and
still a beautiful man.
Still kills, dude.
Here's a weird one. The Police were going to throw out Every Breath You Take until Andy Summers recorded its iconic riff in one take. Yeah, we all kind of make fun of that song. Every breath you take, you know, whatever, but
yeah.
Dude, it was almost not to be.
Wow. And it's probably their biggest song ever.
Andy Summers is legit. People sleep on Andy Summers, but man, the man is a hell of a guitar player. He's a genius. That Police stuff, that early Police stuff is cool. It's fun. Good three-piece band.
And don't forget, Sting's a pretty damn good bassist.
Yeah, don't forget, guys. Yeah, Sting's a pretty good bassist, even though he owes Mr. Steve Borden $1 million every year.
Yeah, I was about to say, did we contribute to that by saying Sting? Police. We should say the Police Sting from now on.
That's right. Here we go. Jim will like this, and he's probably seen it. Slipknot book fall 2022 Knotfest Roadshow tour in U.S. with 2 special guests.
Yep, they're gonna be in Springfield, and it's on a Wednesday. And I wasn't even gonna ask.
Ice Nine Kills and Crown the Empire. Coming Slipknot trek kicks off September 20th in Nashville, Tennessee, and wraps up 3 weeks later in October 7th in Irvine, California. Sprinkled in our Slipknot scheduled festival spots at Louder Than Life in Kentucky and Aftershock in Northern California. Knotfest Roadshow has already been tearing across North America through the spring. In this moment, Ginger supported Slipknot in the first leg of the 2022 tour, which covered most of the U.S. During a Slipknot show in Illinois last week, lead vocalist Corey Taylor told the audience that the new music from the Midwestern mask metal band is likely within the next month. Last year, Slipknot released the single "The Chapeltown Rag," the group's first new material since the 2019 album "We Are Not Your Kind."
That song was killer live.
More Slipknot stuff. They're trying to take over the world, guys. I mean, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just, they're touring their asses off.
And from how many people were at both of the concerts I was at, and it's pretty much filtered everywhere else they went. Yeah.
I feel like just by how much you see them touring and how hard they've been going, I feel like it's one of the hardest working bands out there.
Especially right now, yeah.
Like, wow. Like
they've
like right now they are just constantly touring, and then this new, you're like, man, I'm going to see him again. I'm like, Jesus, man, like I don't care. It's like, and then these guys are playing their asses off.
Now they're going to Springfield, Missouri, and I was like, oh, I can hit them again. I was like, that's on a Wednesday. Nah, I'm not even gonna try that again. I mean, unless something happens that I can't happen, but
guys, we've been talking about Mark Office, and shout out to him because he's he deserves it. You can't find him on Sweetwater right now, but if you get on HiMyNameIsMark.com, you can pre-order some of his Fender signature basses. Jaguar bass, P-bass pickups, 1 volume knob, block inlays. Looks like a short scale. Fiesta red looking. Octopus on the plate, on the back plate. Nothing crazy. String through body. Cool little bass. $12.85. Says here's the thing though. Update. Interested in a third guitar release? Please email customer service at Hi, my name is Mark with third batch as the subject to be added to the list.
Oh,
so
wow.
this has been going on for a while. At least first or second one. So kind of cool. You can get your Mark Hoppus basses at HiMyNameIsMark.com. Kirk Hammett quote: why Kurt Cobain didn't want to share the stage with Guns N' Roses. Quote: when we played Seattle Black Album Tour, I remember calling Kurt to invite him to the show, and he said to me, "Are you guys going to play Whiplash? That's my favorite Metallica song," Kurt recalled. When he came to the show, he was in the snake pit on an area on stage, in quotes, with Courtney Love, and every time he walked by, he tried to get my attention, but my head was somewhere else. He was great. I became friends with him right when the first Nirvana album, 89's Bleach, came out, before people were even calling it grunge. And it's so sad when I think back to all the guy wanted to do was play guitar and write songs and sing, and somehow that all got destroyed for him. Cobain was publicly vocal about his dislike for Guns, telling Seconds in a 91 interview, "We are not your typical Guns N' Roses type of band that has absolutely nothing to say." Following year, he told a Singapore publication, "Rebellion is standing up to people like Guns N' Roses." Quote: Guns N' Roses was about to do this massive stadium tour with Metallica, and they wanted us to open, Grohl said. So Axl had been calling Kurt nonstop. One day we were walking through an airport, and Kurt says, "Fuck, Axl Rose won't stop calling me." Later that year, Cobain told the LGBT publication The Advocate that Axl was a fucking sexist and a racist and a homophobe, and you can't be on his side and be on our side. "I'm sorry that I have to divide it up like this, but it's something you can't ignore," he says. And besides, they can't write good music. Well, we all know that they have a disdained, it's kind of just hashing out old stuff. But it's cool to know that Kirk and Kurt were good friends.
Right.
And he's like, dude, before he obviously kind of went crazy, Cobain was into Metallica.
Which is something, which some people might have known, not that he was into Metallica, that him and Kirk were friends.
Yeah.
Because
they were like guitar friends,
Yeah, right. I had no idea.
I had no idea, and that's that West Coast thing, like when you just connect with people, especially back then, like you have to.
Right.
If not, you're just the dick that lives on the hill. Cool thing, though. Kind of an odd rehashing of some stuff. Here's one kind of talk about. Foo Fighters. Those big Taylor Hawkins tribute shows. To be joined by Brian May, Wolfgang, Geddy Lee, Alex Lifeson, and more. Josh Homme, Stuart Copeland, Chris Chaney, Omar Hakim, Mark Ronson, Hawkins side band Chevy Metal, and more are also slated to appear at both concerts.
That's a good name. That's a good band name.
Yeah. Foo Fighters now comprised of Dave Grohl, Nate Mendel, Chris Shiflett, Pat Smear, and Rami Jaffe. I don't know if that's the replacement or not.
Right.
I don't even know if they'd want to call him that. So excuse me for saying that.
Just playing guitar.
He's
just playing the drums.
He's just a drummer, Wow. I wonder if Grohl will play drums at all.
Right,
You would think maybe.
Because I haven't
He's
seen.
just having fun.
I mean, it's a possibility. And plus all the guest people playing drums, I'm sure. And I want to know how that format's going to be set up. Like
Miley Cyrus, Joan Jett, Chad Smith, Brad Wilk, Gene Simmons, Nikki Sixx, and Alanis Morissette will appear at the Los Angeles shows.
So definitely, yeah, Smith will be playing. That's cool. Alanis Morissette will be there.
Tickets have yet to go on sale. Wembley Stadium and LA Kia Forum. Go to the mailing list at FooFighters.com to get information on tickets. I just hope they actually like videotape these things.
Right?
You know, at least get some cameras in there for us. Not cell phone stuff, like professionally shoot it.
Yeah. Well, we know YouTube's going to be the first place to look, but
I would hope they don't pick like Meta or what they did when they bombed it with that.
Yeah.
I think they probably got a digital streaming sour taste at this point.
You figured like maybe a Discovery Plus will pick it up, or maybe
YouTube. Just do YouTube, dude.
Yep.
I mean, it's the biggest platform where everybody is. YouTube. YouTube. If you're listening to me, Dave Grohl, Foo Fighters.
Please.
YouTube. Not Meta. All right, guys. Let's see here.
Yeah, we don't live in the metaverse. Sorry.
Here's one. Little pedal release. Take a Bow. New Electro Harmonic String 9 string ensemble. Symphonic Juno PCM floppy ARP Crewman Orchestra Freeze Synth Freeze Vox Freeze S9. Those are just some settings on the string ensemble S9. Synthesizer and orchestral string sounds. B9 organ machine, C9 organ machine in here.
It sounds real fun.
It does. It has its fun, dry, wet effect. Control 1 and Control 2. Nothing crazy on your, as far as just adjustments. Synth sounds, string sounds. Crewman mode approximates the string sounds of the Italian-made Crumar Performer units produced from the late 70s. In this setting, Control 1 adjusts the filter sweep, and Control 2 controls sustain and release time. So check it out. Electro Harmonic String 9. Let's see what we can do here.
Does it have a price?
That we will find out.
$159. I'm going $159.
I don't see anything, but we can probably find something later down the line.
Dirty laundry.
$247. That's at Sweetwater.
On the spot.
Yep.
Checking.
Fact checking here. $247. Sweetwater.com. Guys, thank you for inviting us into your earlobes. Episode 64. If you're new here, we are your weekly music news, guitar gear, facial hair, bar club show. We do all sorts of stuff from comic books, guitars, all sorts of fun stuff. New interviews will be kicking off this summer. If you guys have anybody you'd like us to try to get on the show, hit us up and let us know. Like and subscribe. Leave us a review wherever you get your podcast, whatever you do. And let's let it roll, babes. That's it for a little bit of news. Nothing too crazy. No Gibson lawsuits.
Right. You want to talk about that? Lemmy? statue?
Oh, exactly. That's one more. Excuse me. I have the way this thing is. Things are hiding.
No, you're good.
I forgot, but no, you're good. Thank you.
If not, we would have rolled it.
We'd have rolled it. We would have had it. No, it would have got done by the end of the show. Guys, there's a Lemmy statue.
Massive
Lemmy statue. Making sure that Francis Hellfest will always have Lemmy's presence, festival organizers have revealed a new statue for this year's edition that replaces the old one that had been in place. Following the Motorhead frontman's death in 2015, organizers decided of a sculpture created to honor the musician at their festival. And the initial piece went up 6 years ago, but it started to suffer some plaster crumbling. The new sculpture was the work of artist Caroline Brissett, who accepted the challenge of making the new Lemmy statue for Hellfest in Clisson, France. You can see Brissett posing in front of the Lemmy statue below. Here's the wonderful Carolyn, letting everybody know how good of a day you need to have. And there's the statue.
So damn good.
The thing's massive.
Lemmy's
I mean, if that's
God.
her hand, that thing's huge.
That's what I'm saying.
It's crazy. Statue/monument is being presented at Hellfest France, stated Lemmy's former bandmate Mickey D. Yeah, these pictures are showing it. It is massive.
Speaking
I'm
of,
trying to scroll through here and see if
See
they
how-
have any dimensions on it, but it's not saying anything.
you know what I seen yesterday? Have you seen the Overkill music video?
Yes.
It just cracks me up how he jumps through on the motorcycle. It's so funny. Kills me.
No, there's nothing about the dimensions. Sorry, guys. I wanted to find some dimensions. That's going to be some dirty laundry for next week.
By the looks of it, 12 feet at least.
I would say like 20. But I don't know. It looks huge, guys. Look it up. The Lemmy statue at Hellfest. Rest in peace, Lemmy. But that's it for news now. Damn it. That's all the news we got, guys. Here's something you can do. You got a facial hair forest, you got a mustache, you got anybody you know that has a facial hair forest, send them over to greenbeardgrooming.com. Tell them to pick up a boar bristle brush, mustache sapling comb, or even a beard rake. Small, medium, large, extra large. Scoria beard rakes, pocket combs, any kind of beard hardware that is renewable for you and your face forest. Anything you buy from greenbeardgrooming.com will have a tree or two planted in the National Forest in your name. When we had that happen, it was like one of the most honorable things ever.
Mm-hmm.
It feels good. Do it for yourself, or do it for the guy who has facial hair forest in your life. It doesn't have to be Father's Day to support the guy in your life. But even if it is Father's Day, shout out to all the dads out there as well. It is Father's Day, but head on over to greenbeardgrooming.com. Ryan Trump, Beard Hall of Fame alum, class of 2022. Ryan Trump, the man, owner of Green Beard Grooming.
And that boar bristle brush.
That boar bristle brush,
man.
boy, I'm telling you guys, it's another level of beard care. You add it with all the right beard care products that you have, and then you just top it off with that boar bristle. The strays go away. You look nice and uniform. It's like fluffing a pillow. It's wonderful.
With the loins. Straight from the loins of He-Man.
Well, guys, here's a little bit of gas. A couple of Fender products here. Could Fender's new Mustang LT40S be your new desktop practice amp? 40-watt stereo speakers, a huge array of tones. Could widen the horizons for home players for $229.
It's not bad.
Desktop with stereo 4-inch speakers, color display to access its array of effects and tones. You can also edit with the Fender Tone LT desktop app for Mac or PC. Sweet little like tiny amp, and they did it right, and they put a big style amp power supply, yeah. Not just like a little like pedal supply thing. $229, twin 4-inch speakers. It's not battery powered either. It's meant for
Get down with the get
it's
down.
meant to get down, I guess. Kind of cool. What do you guys think about stuff like this? Is it cool? Lame? What are you guys thinking? I think that they should redo more of those Champion 600s of those old tube amps instead of stuff like this. They can knock stuff like this out of the park. Come on, bring it back to what people really want.
Right.
Here's one. Set the people on fire. Fender is doing American Acoustasonic Telecasters and Jazzmasters, all mahogany. You guys are acoustic players out there. That kind of hits pretty hard with you. For me, I am basically kind of like,
The fence.
I've been wanting to try one. I don't want to buy one. I just want to try one.
We're kind of patiently waiting for Squire to be like, all right, it's
We
time.
were patiently waited for the Mexican one. Patiently wait for the Squire.
Yep. I do want to try one.
I do want to try one, though.
Because when Ola played it, it was...
I mean...
It sounded really good.
I don't know if I need one. But to try one? Okay. May have found a used one for a good deal.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, I haven't seen one for a good deal. I think that good deal blew away last year.
A good deal blew away. What was it, like March 16th, 2020, when Tom Hanks got COVID and the NBA shut down.
Yep.
That's when all the good deals blew away.
And then Kobe died.
Ugh, rest in peace, Mamba. But Acoustasonic Tellies and Jazzes, all mahogany now. Fender stepping it up.
They look so cool, though.
$19.99. Jazzmasters $19.99. Both are available in natural or bourbon burst. Man, if you are a street performer, that Jazzmaster should be up somebody's alley. You get kind of like a cool vibe. You get a Jazzmaster. You get an acoustic guitar. Like, yeah.
You can play acoustic stuff. You can play electric
You
stuff.
can do-
And it actually sound like electric
It actually
stuff.
have a good tone and not sound like crap.
Doesn't it have a piezo?
I think it has like 2 different pickups. There's a mic in it, a piezo, and something else. I have to
Crazy.
fact check on that. But I think it's cool that they are, doing more different woods in this. Like I said, I hope they explore this and make a cheaper one. Because some of it is, it's hard to jump into that hybrid space when you don't use it all the time.
Exactly.
When it's a guitar you're not going to use, it's probably going to sit number 3 in your list. You know what I mean? Especially for normal electric players that get enticed by something like this.
I wonder if the Fender Player would take one on. That kind of that mid range.
Yeah. Let's see. Sunburst, Acoustasonic, mahogany bodies, specs. Modern Deep C, 12-inch radius, 25.5-inch scale length. Fender Acoustasonic noiseless single coil. Fishman undersaddle transducer, Fishman Acoustasonic Enhancer. That's in the bridge. 1 master volume, 1 mod control, USB rechargeable battery, 5-way blade switch.
That's a lot more than I was thinking.
Yeah. Definitely a lot going on there.
Whenever you talk about acoustic electric, that's what I think.
That's what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. For sure. Kind of cool. What do you guys think about these Acoustasonics? I know when Mason was on this show, he said it was Fender's Black Eye. And that kind of was like, I was like, whoa. Like, I was not dogging him for his opinion, but I was like, really? People love these things.
Love them. Yeah. I want one, but if I'm not spending the damn near $2,000.
No, and I think what the Mexican one's like 12.
That's easier to swallow.
Let's see here. No, all they have is those. Well, you know, they had the players that come out. I don't know what's going on with Sweetwater right now, but maybe they sold them out or discontinued them.
Go figure.
Maybe they sold like crap.
Right. Maybe.
I'll have to do a little bit of research on those Acoustasonics and what happened there.
That's one thing I've never looked at on Z-Sounds at American Music Supply. I always go to Sweetwater to see those.
But other than that, Jim is eyeballing a purple ESP guitar, and we're trying to talk him either on the ledge, off the ledge, or tell him to jump. We don't know. But what if you guys want Jim to jump on the ESP 24 fret goodness guitar? Hit us up on the socials, Guitar Pirates Podcast, Instagram and Facebook. Also on the YouTube comments. Leave a 5-star review, whatever you guys got. Like, subscribe, all the good stuff.
See if you can pull it. ESP LTD H200 FM electric guitar.
What?
ESP LTD H200 FM.
Okay.
An electric guitar. It's absolutely just good lord. She's a beaut. See-through purple on a quilt top.
This one, for some reason, does not want to cooperate with me. Let's see if I can find it.
It's almost like I gave you a cheat code. Well, at least it's not as bad as an Ibanez. You'd still be typing right now.
Yeah. No, Sweetwater just being funky. Here it is, better picture. Hard to tell, but you can pull it up.
It doesn't have gold hardware, but
If
man.
Jim gets it, it will.
Oh, it damn well will. Like I was telling Josh, the only thing I do not like, but he kind of threw a little light on there, is how close that knob is to that pickup. But the back's all purple. Those cuts down there at the lower registers. Even the cut up at the top. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm. Looks good for what it is.
Yep. It's the best purple guitar I've found so far.
Guys, that's it for Gear Acquisition Syndrome for episode 64 of your Guitar Parts podcast. Rolling on down the line. Flagship sponsor, guys, Mean Beard Co. Head on over to Mean Beard. Use promo code GPP15 at checkout. Get a hold of the whip and the oil. Unless you're training a mustache, get a hold of the balm too. But the whip and the oil is probably going to be what you need. If you got big old beards like us, you definitely need some. It can definitely take care of your dry, itchy skin and definitely give some life to your beard. Head over to meanbeardco.com, promo code GP15 at checkout. Tell them the Pirates sent you. It will treat you like the scallywag that you are. Get some of the good stuff for your beard today.
And it smells pretty good.
Yeah, and it also smells good too. Mean Beard of the Week, guys. Don't know if you follow him on Instagram or if you've seen him, but this guy is hilarious. BEARDOWEIRDO. If you hear this, if you ever see this, we want you on the show. I want to go to dinner with you. You ever watch him? I send 2 things to Jim. And he pulled one up, and it is hilarious. And he's just rating food. It's like a rib sandwich with fries and Chick-fil-A sauce, and oh my gosh.
He doesn't have to speak.
He doesn't.
One word.
It's hilarious.
Not one word.
BEARDOWEIRDO on Instagram. He's our Mean Beard of the Week, guys. Perfect dude for this kind of thing. He is hilarious at what he does. Perfect video. The thing that is just golden. Check him out. It's fun to watch, especially if you're into food.
Yes.
Before we get into our main event, I've got a little bit of hot garbage or fine wine. Done this in a while. I'll do a quickie. We're doing a quick one here.
Is it? Okay.
Is this the future of guitar cabs? Meet the Ultra Slim Flat Panel Model 20. Eminent Technologies 2.5-inch thick cabinet weighs as much as a 112, but offers a diaphragm area of a 4x12. Tallahassee, Florida-based audio firm Eminent Technologies debuted the Model 20, a slim guitar cabinet that saves weight space while offering expanded frequency range. Classic guitar speaker cabinet has not changed much in the 70 years. Indeed, technology of the early 12-inch cones is still found, pretty much unaltered, in many of today's high-end amp bills. Players these days do seem to have a greater awareness and importance of speakers in their tone, but when it comes to cabinet-based innovation, progress has been limited to advances in the world of IR, digital modelers, and caps and pedals. Eminent Technologies 8-ohm Model 20 looks to offer something genuinely different, an open back flat panel cab that expands the frequency response in traditional cabinet and delivers significant space and weight savings. 21 pounds, 2.5 inches thick, comes in at less than a quarter of the weight of the traditional 412, but yes, offers the same speaker cone diaphragm area in use of electromagnetic actuators. Eminent says that it offers less distortion, less compression, and much better dispersion of signal compared with traditional cabinet.
2.5 inches thick.
$2,600 per cabinet.
That's hot garbage.
I would rather just go get the cheap Marshall cabinet and buy speakers like I did. I bought the cheaper Origin cabinet. I didn't buy the higher end. I bought the cheaper one.
Yeah.
And I just put some good Celestians in it.
I bought that
Or whatever you want to, you know what I mean?
I bought that Laney 212. I replaced it with $300 speakers. I mean, pretty expensive speakers, but
well, you know, about 150, 170 for one.
But when I bought the Laney cabinet, it was only $249.
Yeah.
And now it's like
get a nice cheap cabinet, load it up, hot rod that baby with some good speakers.
So for $500-600, you have a premium cab. Hot.
I don't know if I want to mess with that.
Yeah, not for that price.
Not for $2,600. I could get a full setup and then some.
You can get a full-on straight from England V30 loaded.
Yeah.
Like badass cab.
Badass Marshall. You can get a Victory. You can probably get whatever you wanted.
Like an orange cab with true, like not Chinese speakers, like legit
real orange.
British.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, that was a quick one. I told you it was going to be quick. Obviously, Jim and I aren't into that one.
Yeah. That I think that's the first one we went straight hot garbage.
Well, I didn't think that there was going to be much. I mean, and it's probably, they probably sound awesome. You know what I mean? But it's like when you look at it on paper or on a pad like what we're doing, it don't make sense.
Yeah, 2.5 inches thick. Something that
I get it, digital IRs and modeling and all that stuff, but I don't know, man.
if you would have said 500, I'm listening.
Sub 1,000. Okay.
But for that price,
I'm listening.
that price, we can get a full-on stack, like head and cab,
And a guitar.
easy.
You know, a guitar that I would want.
Yes. You know what? We should throw that for another day on a dirty laundry. Is how much stuff can we get for the price of that cab?
Exactly.
Which we've done before, which we haven't done in a long time, but
$2,600 versus that cab.
yeah, give us $2,600 and how much stuff can we come away with? You would not believe. You would not believe what me and Josh would be able to come away with.
I know. We could, yeah, new or used, and I would just stick it to brand new.
Yeah.
Just because of the money. But anyway, that's it for G.A.S. That's it for Mean Beard of the Week. And that's it for Hot Garbage and Fine Wine. Running down on the main event of the show. Happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there. Episode 64, running down the line. Hope you guys have a wonderful week. You guys are just killing it, like stumping this week in the face. For this main event, though, I thought we would actually just finally do it. I got it in. I got the Plethora X3 in. Next week, I'll figure out a way to demo it or something. Or, you know, as you can tell, the way this is all set up now, it's kind of hard to get a guitar and play some pedals and all that. So we've got to...
Well, there is one guitar we could play.
Yeah. But still. Teeny tiny.
Teeny tiny.
But I've got to figure out another way to make it work. So it's coming. Plethora X3 demo is coming. But today, we are just going to dissect this pedal board. And it's my pedal board.
And I've been poking a bear on this for a long time.
So, without further ado, we're going to go from right to left. I don't know what you guys do. That's what I do. My signal chain goes this way. My guitar goes in. Everything goes this way. And then it goes to my amp.
That's how it should be done.
I don't know what anybody... Some people run it the other way, which is totally fine.
I could not have my wall.
You can do what... You know, you can run the... You know, you could be the same input path, but you can just run it the other way.
I have to have my wall.
So, anyway.
At the end there.
First pedal, wah-wah. 535Q. All sorts of adjustments on that bad boy. And a boost. Mini wah. It's what you need. It's one of the best. They need to make a Kirk wah like that. I've been using this in the signal chain now. I used it as a practice the other day. / octave fuzz. Using this, and those aren't necessarily all my settings. I like to mess with it some. But it has definitely been fun to play with in a band thing. Using it as the fuzz pedal when I want to use it.
What are you rolling? Are you rolling the junior? I bet you the junior sounds really good.
The junior or Telecaster. The white one or the thin line. One of those three.
I bet you the junior. Which one do you think sounds the best out of that?
The thin line or the junior. The thin line probably just because I like it more. I feel like when I play it through everything, like it's like I can hear my fingers touching it.
Right.
Instead of just playing the guitar, like I can hear all the nuances and tones and the little things in it. There's a lot of clarity there. A lot, and I love that. My gain. Vertex Dynamic Distortion. Easy peasy. A little bit of a Rat and Tube Screamer kind of had a baby and it come out with this. At first I was using it on the thin side. Then I fattened that bad boy up and I was like, I can do this. And I just been running the gain a little hotter. Not balls out. A little, almost 3/4. Wasn't too crazy. And then...
If it was me, you know, everything would be cranked all the way.
When I turn up the gain too much, it gets too, like, the top end definition goes away. And I don't like that. I want to be able to hear it all. Not like the widdly, but like my rhythm stuff, like it gets flubby. And it kind of just... So I got to turn it back just a little bit.
So in drop settings, it probably...
It would maybe, I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. I should try it. I should try drop tunings more. I should. But then let's move on to the unicorn here. Plethora X3. Solid as a rock. Easy to operate. Once you get exactly how to, set things in there, there is no going back and saving things. There is none of this. The only thing you got to remember to do is there's a certain, like, you got to press this one to select, and then there you put this one to do something else when you're in the menu. But if you want an effect, you literally click on, you have this play edit little switch right here. Go to edit, and whatever one of these ones you want to edit, you just press it. And then it takes you into all that. Just go up or down, click, and it's that damn easy. And then you press a setting, and select a setting in it. There's some stuff that's harder. I bet the boss stuff is harder than this.
Dude, the boss was unbelievable. Just to do one song, or just to do one setting.
This would be interesting, like when we do this, just to see Jim operating it, just to be like, okay, this is that freaking easy.
See how a monkey.
I think it's very easy, and then you can switch your boards, the pre-made boards. That's 28 pre-made boards. You switch up and down to there, and I saved my board on the 29th. You have 99 patches.
If I could figure out the boss one, which that one's one of the hardest pedals I've ever.
The MS3, I had the MS3, and it was a bitch.
It is.
I hated tap dancing with that pedal the whole time.
And then you go to read the frickin' owner's manual is literally this thick. It's like, screw that.
Yeah, the owner's manual for this is like tiny.
Which that's what you.
And I believe in TC. Only reason we had a Polytune in my band, and it was literally down just to the front face, a little chipboard and a battery dangling out of the thing. It had been through hell, and it still kept going. So, TC, not quite like Boss, but it's knocking on the door.
Right.
As far as durability goes, I can vouch for that.
So they may not work, but they're coming to hell with us.
I think they'll work. I think TC stuff's pretty damn stout. They gotta be, especially if they make loopers. Because what do you do with loopers? You just hit them all day. It's not like a distortion or a fuzz or nothing. You're just literally clicking on that looper all damn day.
Yep.
So.
And double click it, especially whenever you go to erase everything and holding it down as hard as possible.
Yes. But guys, that's my mini board. I might flex and take the octave fuzz out and put the Wazacraft tone bender on it one day. Just to kind of get people wet.
Are you going to try to switch out that? You were talking about trying to figure out a way to switch out the Stompy. That way you kind of
oh, yeah.
Kind of save your what little...
Yeah, I was going to maybe, but I don't know. I'm just going to use it.
Just use my DS1.
Oh, no, I have the one from the bottom of here.
Oh, okay, that works.
I use the bottom of that one and put it on there. It's all good. No, I have the original bottom plate for that in the box. like I molested that thing or nothing.
Right.
It's crazy how those pedals have stuck. It went up really high, and then it just kind of stuck about that 700-800 mark. And that's about where I thought it would. And it's a tone bender, guys. Anybody can get a damn toner. I advise you, just go to Mercari's Hayworth, London, England, and order one from their freaking site. Less than $400, and you can get a real deal Sola Sound tone bender delivered to your door.
The prices that we seen put up and bought.
That's the thing, bought. The prices they were bought for, $900, $1,200, $1,100.
What was that one guy? It was like $1,800 he tried?
Yeah.
$2,200? Like
That was when they first were doing it, though.
But the funny thing was we were looking at that one, it was like $1,800 for sale, and we were like, fact check, we're like, we were on Sweetwater right now, $300. Like, get it right now.
Get it right now.
What are you doing? They're not sold out yet, buddy. Do a little research before you put a price that high up.
But guys, that's my pedal board. That's what I'm rocking this weekend. Red, White, and Blue Festival time. Little hour set. Nothing crazy. Take my 150 and go.
Yeah, boy.
But you guys, what pedal boards are you guys running? What are you running on your boards? You guys running light and breezy like I am? Are you a little bigger? What does constitute? What do you guys want to put on your board? We talked about this, the 6 pedals we got, and it was that we would put on a pedal board, Jim and I, and that's basically what that is, to an extent. What are you guys up to? Are you guys running the Line 6 Helix Stomp with with the wet effects and some awesome drives? Are you guys running a bigger board? Switchers? What's up? Hit us up. Guitar Bros Podcast, Instagram, and Facebook. And leave a comment here on the YouTube show. Other than that, that's pretty much it for this week.
Yeah. My pedal board's so basic.
It's just a cable into an amp.
Basic. Well, right now, basically, yeah. I got to get my pedals back from Dustin, but Noise Decimator 2, TS9, carbon copy delay. I do have the Phase 90. Don't really use it, but I have it just in case I want it. Dimebag wah pedal, and then this pretty bad boy, Digitech whammy pedal.
Please make a mini one that has the right milliamps for a good power supply. Please.
That's all we want. I mean, they do have the stomp, the pitch shifter stomp, but I like to be able to manipulate.
That pedal's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
That pedal is sweet. But hey, guys, if you're been watching for a few episodes, leave a comment. Is this helping? Does it matter? Do you even care? Are you guys even watching this, or are you just listening to us? What are you guys doing? You guys enjoying the show? Let us know. Hit us up. Leave us a review. Something. Tell us we suck. Tell me there's a booger on my face. Whatever. You name it, we'll do it. We may even shout you out on the show. But guys, this has been episode 64, light and breezy, Father's Day edition. Happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there, and happy Father's Day to all you dog fathers out there.
To the doggos.
The dogs, man, because they're the ones that hold us all together.
And even happy birthday to the dog, the dads that are dogs. Why not? Happy birthday, every dad.
Guys, if you learned anything on this show,
it was definitely by accident.
As always, thank you for tuning in, inviting us into your eyeballs and your earlobes, and letting us for bang on your eardrums. I've been your host, Josh Jones.
I've been your co-host, Jim Steger. Stay cool this week. Be very careful this week, people.
Guys, if you're in the South, be on the lookout for snakes. Be on the lookout for anything creepy crawly. Stay indoors.